What's up, Aries? I'm Chris. Welcome to your January Taroscope. And a happy fucking New Year to you, huh? So, as I'm recording this, we just had our Capricorn new moon. Some might say the official start of the new year, right? And we're getting serious this year. 2018 was a year of big transformation. It was a big year of going within and getting deep and like really figuring out who we are and what we're about. And 2019 is the year that we're putting that all into action, right? And we are letting a lot of shit go, right? All right, Aries. So I lit some incense for some mood, and now it's all like in my face. A little smoky right now. Aries. So what's been going on, huh? A lot of struggle, I feel, right? A lot of, even if you're like kind of doing well in certain areas, I feel like a sense of you guys just not really feeling settled, right? Not really feeling like entirely comfortable with where you are right now, right? So let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to start reading for you guys. In the description, if you're interested in private readings, you can check that out there. The cards I'm using today are going to be there as well. The PayPal donations, that's been like just making my heart swell when you guys send those. I love when you guys buy readings, of course, but like donations make me feel like what I'm doing here in these free videos is actually like meaningful to you, and those mean so much to me. So you can donate there as well as follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start having some tarot related content up on my stories and stuff like that, so check that out, okay? All right, Aries, let's jump into it. I feel like you guys are ready to go. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on for the sign of Aries for the month of January 2019. All right, essential theme for Aries. January 2019. Oh, Page of Cups in reverse. So do you see kind of what I'm saying? There's a sense of lack of fulfillment, right? There's a sense here of maybe struggles in relationships as well for some of you, right? For others of you, I think that this is just, you know, with the Page of Cups, we're looking at like our dreams, we're looking at our fantasies, we're talking about, you know, it's sort of like that young, look at this smoke. Let me move this a little bit, or maybe I kind of like it. It feels like real mystical and shit. We're looking at like our dreams, right? We're looking at the things that like sparkle a little life inside of us, right? The things that when we're young, we kind of like daydream about, the fantasies that we have. And Aries, I think that there's maybe a sense of disappointment. I think there's a sense here of almost like, how did I get here, right? Of dreams lost a little bit, right? So maybe there's been maybe you're feeling like in the start of the new year this desire to pursue things that you once really aspired to, right? That were meaningful to you, and maybe now you've kind of maybe not lost that thing, but maybe lost your way a little bit in your pursuit of it. There's also just a sense here of a little bit of sadness. There's a sense of like that nostalgia. You know how they say that nostalgia is sort of a form of depression. I don't know if you guys are maybe thinking about a time where you felt stronger, where you felt better, where you felt more comfortable in your own skin, where things were maybe a little easier, right? And now, like, we should be growing from that place, right? We should be, if we were Page of Cups, we're moving into another place where like we're growing, right? And then maybe it's just a feeling of like where you thought you were, that foundation you had once before, just not really growing from there, almost like losing a little bit of like maybe it feels like a big detour that you've been going on, right? From when you had these dreams and ambitions, when you had this like love that felt so comfortable, when you had this like sureness of yourself, right? Sureness of what you were doing in life and what you were going after. And now it might feel like there's a bit of a detour going on here, right? So let's see what else we got going on for Aries here. Yeah. What did I say about nostalgia being depression? Look, it's 6 of Cups in reverse. Like literally exactly what I was saying. 6 of Cups is all about like the past, the joys of childhood, of family, of having that comfort and security. And in reverse, feeling disconnected from that, right? Now, your past is coming up here as almost like a burden to you, right? Whereas, like, it should be something that's nice to reminisce about. It's getting back to what I was saying here with the Page of Cups in reverse about feeling maybe a little lost from who you used to be, feeling a little off track. Maybe reminiscing on times when things were easier, when love was easier, when your career was just more straightforward, right? Where your dreams didn't feel like far off distant things, they felt like real attainable things. So starting off this reading, Aries, with a lot of emotion already, right? I think what we have to do, Aries, is that we have to stop looking at the way things were to make this happen, right? It's almost like we have to have a new version of the Page of Cups, right? We need to kind of get into the mode right now where we kind of look at the future, right? We kind of take a look at where we've been, where we are right now. I think this is important. That's important, right? To be grounded in the present, to take stock of where you are now, what you have available to you right now, and sort of come up with new dreams, right? To stop dwelling on this place of sadness of what could have been or what had been before. More water energy, guys, more cups. So remember how I said coming into this, there's this feeling of sadness. It's overwhelming emotion, Aries. 7 of Cups. Now we're getting into a realm where how am I saying this? Where you're kind of like giving into certain temptations, right? With the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups are distractions. 7 of Cups are cheap thrills. 7 of Cups are things that you know aren't right. It's like delusion. This smoke is a lot, is it? Okay, I'm gonna move this real quick. Give me 1 second. Just so it's like not right in my face. I'm like all trying to set a mood and stuff, and now like it's like you're trying to be sexy and like put all these candles out, and then like something catches fire, or your smoke detector goes off. That's what I feel like is happening right now. Aries, what are you not being honest with yourself about? What are the stories you keep telling yourself about the way things can be or the way things are going that you kind of know aren't true? 7 of Cups is kind of the indulgence in illusion. It's indulging in escapism, fantasy. This is self-deception. This is putting your energy and putting your time and your thoughts and feelings into things that you know aren't going to pay off for you. Right? It's things that are just like flimsy. You know, relationships that you know aren't going anywhere. Business ideas that aren't gonna pay off, right? There's just a lot of false starts, I feel like, here, Aries. There's a need here right now, again, to like start fresh, right? To sort of, you guys are the sign of the identity or the sign of the ego. So it's maybe difficult, especially as an Aries, to separate your identity from what has been, right? To separate your identity or who you are from the life you've created for yourself. But the cards are asking you right now to sort of snap out of it and to sort of get real and to sort of like stop letting your sense of self be tied down to things that aren't anymore, right? Aren't in existence anymore, or just aren't like going to pay off. There's a sadness, so much sadness about the past. Ten of Wands in reverse. The struggle has become overwhelming. I think all of these cards, guys, it's just like overwhelming. Overwhelming. The 10 of Wands is someone who's like burnt out. This 10 of Wands is someone who's in reverse, is someone who's been trying so hard to make something happen, to bear their struggles, to wear a nice face and to grin and bear it and just go through the motions and try to improve things for yourself. This is fruitless struggle coming up like this. This is struggle that's not paying off. Look, now the smoke's coming in the other direction. This is hardship. Like, I think what needs to happen here, Aries, is that, and this is something that's been coming up a lot for me, it is a sense of disconnecting from the idea of like struggle and hardship as being like virtuous, right? Sometimes when the Ten of Wands is upright, like all this struggle, all this weight that you're carrying could actually pay off, right? It could be a call to take on responsibility. It could be a call to work harder, right? It could be a call to like take on more than you think you can handle. In reverse, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere fast. Make new dreams. This is a great time, beginning of the year, right? To assess, to take some time out, not just think. I would suggest even writing, just so you get clear, right? Or even speaking, like voice notes or whatever. Like, the point is that you need to articulate things in a clear way, right? The Page of Cups, as much as he's in a world of dreaminess and fantasy, the way, look, if you see the way he's holding the cup up and he's focused on it, it's like he knows what he wants. If you don't know what you want, Aries, you're just going to burn yourself out this month. You're going to put yourself out into a lot of different situations and scenarios that just exhaust you and drain you further. And I think actually could lead to some serious depression, some serious like lack of self-esteem. And that's not what you do, is it, Aries? You don't do lack of self-esteem. It's about like not setting yourself up for failure. Or let's say not setting yourself up for success, let's say, right? It's about setting yourself up for success. And it's success that's grounded in reality. Success that's not grounded in who you used to be or like sadness of the past. Like, hey, Gypsy, there's Kitty. She's been liking to be in the videos lately. I don't know if it's because I actually made my bed and she likes to lay on top of it. But anyway, hi. So Aries, you know, it's time to get real. It's time to get honest with yourself. It's time to look at what's working, what's not working. It's time to stop. I think what happens sometimes, you guys probably have really strong instincts about things, right? You have really strong sense of like, you know, what's worth putting your time into, who's worth putting your time into. And maybe you've been convincing yourself to like stay the course for things that just like you kind of know in the back of your head aren't paying off. What did I say about truth? Queen of Swords? Honesty? Cutting some shit out, right? Letting a lot go. Queen of Swords is lighthearted. She's clear in her head. She's not burdened. She's not this, right? Now with these two cards together, this bitch is getting all that shit out of her head. She's like willing to start fresh. To start from a place of honesty. Do you think it's any coincidence that the shit that comes out of my mouth ends up coming out in the cards? Like the Queen of Honesty? The Queen of Truth? Use your head, Aries. It's time to be an intellectual about what you want, right? It's time to take a step back. To calm. Like the Queen of Swords is very calm, cool, and collected. Look at her. You can just see. She's poised. She has her hand out. Like she's not stressing. She's not struggling. She just sits there effortlessly with her hand out because she knows what she deserves. She knows where her power is. She knows where her strengths are. She's smart enough to see the difference. She's intuitive enough to know when something is worth her time. When people are worth her time. This might be a call to have to do some difficult things this month, Aries. Now, you don't have to, but that's cool. Let's just stay here then. You don't want to? Let's stay in this world of illusion. Let's stay in this world of sadness. Let's stay in this world of dwelling on the past. Let's stay in this world of being fucking sad about shit that didn't work out and things that you feel like you lost about yourself. That's the choice you have this month, Aries. Are you going to start taking action to free yourself of the burdens that you've allowed to, let's not even say you've created them, right? Let's say you've just kind of allowed them to exist. You made a wrong turn somewhere. Great, that's fine. People do that. Now you're in circumstances or situations with people that you don't want to be in. So now what do? Take a deep breath, calm your mind, think clearly, and now take action to free yourself. Doesn't this just look so refreshing? Like the way this cloud is all wispy around her and these butterflies, doesn't it just make you feel lighthearted, especially after this? Like, look at the dichotomy between these two things. This is the epitome of heaviness, and this is the epitome of lightness. This is the epitome of a bad bitch who's not gonna let anything weigh her down. How many times, Aries, do I have to call y'all bad bitches before y'all start acting like one, right? Like in a real way. This is the one thing I'll say about your sign sometimes. And you know what? I'm not going to do this thing where we just like jerk off every sign to make them feel good about themselves, right? Like some people get so bent out of shape when you say like something remotely critical about their sign. Like, grow the fuck up already, right? Like, everyone loves to bash on Geminis, right? Oh, Geminis are crazy, blah, 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 blah. But then when you say one thing about like a fucking Capricorn, they'll be like, oh, hell no. Libras? Me? Never. So Aries, what I'm trying to say about that is like, it's time to stop pretending that you got it together. It's time to stop pretending like you're just strong and infallible. If you need to have a moment of weakness, like do it in private if you have to, right? But it's time to get in touch with real power. Not just acting like you're strong, not just putting on a good face for the world, Aries. And how do we do that? How does Aries begin to claim their power in January? In the whole of 2019. Ace of Pentacles. For starting new. Taking like yourself and your future seriously. Recognizing with the Ace of Pentacles that what happens in your future is determined by what you're doing right now. And if you're fucking around, if you're like getting involved with bullshit people, bullshit jobs, then this is where you're stuck. As opposed to creating something real. So Aries, I think this is a call this month to really pay attention to your material world. To really pay attention to your money. To really pay attention to where it's going. To really stop allowing things to get in the way of your bag. What's holding you back materially in your life right now? I bet there's something that you can see in yourself. I'm not saying to point the finger at other people, Aries. Don't you dare right now. We're not doing that. Of course, there are times where it's okay to say that's her fault, that's his fault. He did this to me, she did this to me. But what does that do? Does that make you powerful? Does that make you able to build things? Or does that keep you here? In a land of illusion and fantasy where nothing is your fault. All your problems are other people's faults, right? Cool. That's where I want to be, right? I feel like I'm taking a harsh tone, and it's just because I love you guys so much. Honestly. And I think you have so much going for you. Like, one of the reasons I love Aries is because I envy so much about you. I envy your easy confidence. I envy your easy sense of self. Your power to be aggressive when you need to be. Gemini with the Libra moon and a Cancer rising, it's okay. Whatever. Walk all over me sometimes. I don't care. It's cool. You're a nice person. You know what I mean? But Aries, what this is saying is that there's so much potential. In the Ace of Pentacles, I always describe it as a seed. It's full of potential. Look at the way that all these flowers are growing out of this pentacle. It's power. Possibilities, endless possibilities. Possibility is only limited by what your mind can come up with about how honest you're with yourself, right? And what I love about the combination of these cards, we're in Capricorn season still, right? There's nothing that shows you the truth of something more than money. More than the physical world, right? But let's specifically just talk about money, right? Money doesn't lie. Money, you can't hide, you can't delude yourself from money. You're fucking up, it's gonna show up in your money. You're not feeling good about yourself, it's gonna show up in your money. It's gonna show up from spending money like a stupid ass, right? It's gonna show up like, you know, treating yourself, but what's on the bottom there? Oh, hey, treating yourself, High Priestess, let's talk about that. Treating yourself, but like what you're really doing is just throwing your money away, right? And then one day you look at your finances and you're like, damn, bro. You know, that I feel like this way about plants too. That's what I mean about like earthly things, like material things. Like when I'm not feeling good, my plants start to die. And it's not some mystical thing. It's because I'm not taking care of them. Because I'm in my head, because I'm in my feelings, right? Start treating your money like a plant. Give it attention. If your money is suffering, it's because I think you're suffering. If you need to get out of yourself, if you need to get out of your feelings, put your attention here. I said this with Pisces one month. You know, sometimes like you're feeling bad, and so you kind of get up in the morning and you start to dress like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, I don't know, hungover or tired or just kind of low. So you like put on fucking baggy pants and you go to work looking real messy or whatever. And sometimes what happens, like, if you actually do the opposite, right? If you're feeling like shit, and then you dress nicer. Change can happen from the outside in that way. So that's what I'm saying, Aries. Like, start getting your material world together in a real way, in a real way, in a real way, in a real way. Like, what I mean by in a real way is, like, if you're broke, sure, it's great to chase business opportunities, but also look at what you're doing right now. Where's your money going? Why can't you save any money? I'm not being pedantic. I know this is me too. And this is kind of why I'm getting so harsh, because I think I, like, recognize myself in this. Oh, beautiful. Aries. You know how happy... So... we're rounding about this little circle here, right? Look at where we started and look at where we go. Illusion to the Seven of Swords in reverse, where we're now being honest, where we're not letting ourselves sabotage ourselves. We're not letting other people's actions sabotage us. We're being so grounded in truth and honesty that now we have power. Now things aren't going to mess with us. Look at this. You know what I said? How exactly what I say comes out in the cards? This makes me really happy, Aries. January is going to see you stop sabotaging. One of my resolutions is no more excuses in 2019. Right? It's nice to be like kind of soft with yourself sometimes and forgiving, but then it gets to a point where it's like you're just making excuses. You're not making excuses anymore. I don't want you to just take this as like a go get 'em speech, right? I want you to really like get serious, right? Look at your material world honestly. Look at how much you bring in, look at how much you spend. Look at where it's going, right? Look at why your body's not feeling good maybe, right? Are you drinking too much? Are you not getting enough sleep? The body's the same thing, like I said, with the plants, with the money. The physical world shows us what's going on inside. All right, so that, oh, I shuffled it up, but that High Priestess, going deep, healing from within. Pay attention to your dreams right now, Aries. Get involved in meditation. I said this before, and of course I've been a slacker, but I really want to start getting meditation on this channel because it's so positive. I went to meditation today. It was like with like 4 of my friends. It was like yesterday. It was so good, so healthy, it's so positive. And I want to be able to provide that here. All the years of experience I have meditating, I want to bring it to you guys, right? So that's where I'm gonna get honest with you guys, right? Let's like make a vow with each other, right? I'm gonna work to bring meditation to this channel. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Cups in reverse. Again, sort of an allusion to cheap thrills. The Nine of Cups, when it's like this, is saying that the things that we are pursuing aren't really the things that are going to make us happy. It's the things we tell ourselves are going to make us happy. It's those if when, if only, if only. And then we wake up and realize we're unhappy. It's about living in the present, and it's about getting real about what's actually going to bring you happiness. All right, so Aries, let's wrap this up. I'm going to pull a couple outcome cards real quick, and then we'll end here. Again, guys, check out private readings in the description. Donations, I love those. Just keep this channel running. And then I love followers on Instagram, so do that too. Like and subscribe to all those things. Outcome. Ooh, okay. Okay. So, Aries. Two of Wands in reverse. There's going to be some resistance, I think. There's going to be a hard time, maybe, seeing the future. We have the Empress in reverse. So again, like, kind of financial struggles here. Kind of difficulty with the home life. Here's what I want to say to you, Aries, and then finally you have the full moon. So the full moon, we have one coming up in 2 weeks, right? So I think that's going to be a turning point for you guys, right? Because here we have, like look, when we make changes, there's like this like a layover period, or I'm not using the right word, but there's this period, right? Where we're making changes now, but it's going to take a little while for us to actually see the payoff, right? And so the Two of Wands in reverse is saying like, you're going to have a hard time seeing the payoff. The Empress in reverse, you're still going to feel out of sorts. You're still not going to feel grounded and secure. But have faith. Trust in yourself. Be okay with right now it's going to hurt a little bit. It's still going to continue to hurt a little bit. But understand that the actions you put into effect now, your future self is going to love you for it. In 2 weeks, you're going to start to feel different. You're going to start to see the payoff, right? So give it some time. Don't get discouraged. You got to keep your head up this month, Aries, okay? All right, so I've been doing this for some of the signs, but I really want to do it with you guys too. I have this new deck. I'm going to start incorporating them in my readings. It's a Supra Oracle. Beautiful, beautiful deck that I've been working with privately. And I haven't really done it, but now I'm ready to like just put them out there, right? Ready to start working with them. So let's go ahead and pull a card here to see one last bit of advice for Aries going through the month of January. What else do we have to tell Aries for the month of January? Conflict. Difficulty, I think, with self as well, Aries, right? I had a feeling going into this month that you guys were a little heated and that there's going to be some difficulties maybe with people. It's going to be difficulties with yourself. I think what this is also saying is to recognize that conflicts with other people, even if they are the other person's fault, there's something about it that's reflective of what's going in, right? Like, I think outer conflicts can sometimes be a reflection of inner conflict, of inner turmoil, like a projection of our shadow, right? Let me actually read the passage from the book. The book has like, it doesn't really give definitions, but it kind of does like these little meditations, right? And I want to read this to you, like leaving you guys off here, because I think that you need to just understand that there's going to be some difficulty this month. Conflict, the first line, conflict is bound to happen in our lives. It is unavoidable. We have disagreements, differences of opinions, ideas that challenge another's belief. That is humanity in all its glorious multitudinous splendor. How we respond to these differences and how we profit from them is largely dependent on how well we can see beyond our front door. Always on guard at our personal border stands our ego. Emotion is right behind. Is this not everything we've been talking about, Aries? The pull from both is as strong as an ocean current, ebbing and receding with gravitational strength. Controlling these tides means relaxing into them, letting them wash and break upon you, so your heart and your mind can weigh and sift through them calmly instead of with hasty suspicion and distrust, to find the treasure of understanding waiting just below the surface. The treasure of understanding beneath the conflict, Aries. Meaning in what you're going through, right? This is not a struggle anymore. This is movement forward, right? So just be brave, be strong, have faith in yourself, ask for help when it's needed, and you'll come through the other side way better. Aries, I love you guys so much. I believe in you so much. I know you all believe in yourself, but I just wanted to put that out there. I think it's going to be a great January. Great 2019, right? Letting shit go. Becoming more powerful. Rooted in ourselves and our strengths, right? And in honesty. Honesty is the best policy, Aries. I love you guys so much. Have a great month. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.